All right. So the other day I was having a conversation online on the fantastic Facebook group Mindfulness in Daily Life. If you ever get a chance and you're on Facebook, check it out. It's run by Chris Manning, and it's a fantastic group. Lots of very uplifting mindfulness content on there. But someone posted a question: what is the difference between mindfulness and contentment? And at first I was like, what a daft question. You can't compare the two things. They're completely separate things. But then someone else posted an answer, and they said, and it's a brilliant answer. They said, mindfulness is choosing what is, contentment is accepting what is. And I've talked about this whole idea of kind of striving for more, wanting for more. It kind of focuses in on our lack, our sense of dissatisfaction, because we're wanting more, we're striving for more. And it keeps us it keeps the sense of discontent constantly. But then, it doesn't hurt to want to be better or to want to improve things, but we have to kind of learn to be grateful for where we are and what we've got, and to be content. Be content with what is. Stop fighting with reality. Just be content with where we are, and life will get a lot better. But it was the other bit. The bit about mindfulness is choosing what is. So there's this idea that there's only one reality, but actually there's so many different perspectives on reality. Reality is fluid. Everything is relative. Everyone has their own version of reality. And, one of the examples I used in one of my books is that a builder, their version of reality is one of kind of bricks and construction sites and things like that. A fisherman, their version of reality will be about boats and the sea and, very different perspective on life. But it's the same world, it's the same world. They're under the same sky, the same stars at night. But it's two different realities. And in the same way, we can shift our reality. If we're unhappy with our reality, then we can use our mindful awareness to focus our attention into something that serves us much better. So you can spend all day on social media surrounding yourself with angry voices, people raging against each other, and become tribalized, filled with hatred for the opposition, whether you're a Democrat or a Republican or a Tory or a Labour supporter. Whatever it is, if you believe in human rights, if you're angry that there are too many human rights, whatever your particular, perspective is, that is what your reality is going to be. But, that can really start to have a negative impact on you, just to be surrounded by so much anger all the time and so much tribalization. So perhaps you might want something a bit more positive. Well, the thing is, you can have that just by shifting your perspective somewhere else and using mindfulness to kind of be aware of what kind of world you're in, because it is fluid. So, there's a lot of injustice in the world right now, a lot of unhappiness, but it doesn't have to be all our responsibility. We can stay aware, but being aware, we don't necessarily have to take on the responsibility of all the world's ills all the time. Just because it's in front of us, it doesn't necessarily deserve our attention all the time, because we have to be careful about what we consume. And using mindful awareness to focus our attention on the beauty of the world, for example, the fact that the blossom is out already, the fact that spring has come, the fact that there's poetry, the fact that there's, wonderful works of art being created by wonderful artists, that there's amazing feats of science being created by amazing scientists. There are rockets into space. There are people working on cures for cancer. They've produced this vaccine very quickly for COVID. All of this kind of stuff. There is amazing stuff happening right now. I can flick a switch in my kitchen and a machine will boil water for me. How amazing is that? Or it will turn on the light for me. I can have plants living in my house with me, keeping me company while I work on my laptop, which comes on whenever I press the button. That 1,000 things go right in our day to day. But often we focus in on the time the light bulb goes, or something doesn't quite work for us, or the letter we got from the bank that tells us our bank balance isn't quite as good as we might like, or all those little things that go wrong, the slightly negative comment that we got from someone from work, or whatever it might be. It's very easy to focus in on that, when actually we need to be focusing in on all the joys of life. The miracles that we're surrounded with, the magic that is happening every day. There's so much to be enthusiastic about, and we can embrace that. we can embrace all of those things, and it will transform our lives and our outlook, and it will kind of snowball, because as our energy gets better and more positive, and we put that energy out into the world, then it gets reflected back to us, and we see that, it's not just us in a bubble of kind of insane positivity, but actually it is a beautiful world, and people are good. People can be good. I know we see a lot of horror on the TV, but that is not representative of what real life is like. So there you go. So mindful awareness, it allows us to choose what is. We get a say in what reality is. It's not black and white. It's not what we see on the TV, and it's not the same for everybody. We get to choose. If we don't like our reality, we can change it.